Finish the public
Yeah,
comment and then if you
a
want to
bit
bring it back up, yeah.
Hello, members of the council. I'm Mike Pasner. I live in Penn Valley. My neighbors and I are downstream water users from Wolf Creek, which is where the Idaho-Maryland mine would put the water pumped out of the tunnels. After hearing Dave speak, I'm still unclear if this revised draft EIR will have to be recirculated. I heard what council said, I heard what Dave said, and I'm
It's
still
not
unclear.
up to Dave, it's up to us. It's up to the city to determine if it's recirculated or not. So let's,
So when you see the new,
yes, it will be recirculated. Yeah, it's,
if there's a revised EIR, it will be recirculated.
yes.
Thank you.
And I think Joe stated pretty clearly that there's going to be a revised EIR.
It'd be a new
new
draft
draft.
EIR with, from what we've heard,
Yeah.
at least some changes which may be substantial, and that would require new circulation, new comment period, et cetera.
There's changes to the project design. There's also some additional studies that will be driven by the changes.
Right.
Those all have to be folded into the EIR document, all have to go through full review.
And I think it's important to understand in this process that the city is the agency that does the EIR. The mine's involvement is they bring us their project and they pay for the EIR. The city hires the consultant who does the EIR, and we're the ones who accept whether it's valid or not. So while the mining company obviously is involved because it's their project, it really is up to the city to make the determinations to the validity of the EIR and how this process works. I think that might be maybe some of the misunderstanding that's going on. The mine's not driving the recirculation of the EIR, other than the changes that they're making to the project. Did you have a question?
Well, you know, I'm just really curious out of everything. I was wondering, is tile still part of this project?
The ceramic plant.
Yes.
Good question.
We've read in the paper, of course, it's been reported
Well,
about.
and this is part of the problem.
Well, I don't know, I'm not gonna blame
Tile
him.
process is still part of the project and always has been. There's been different information that has been circulated through the last few years. One was certainly, we looked at putting a tile plant somewhere else. And the reason we were looking at that is we felt at the time that we might be able to put a tile plant somewhere else, having nothing to do with this project, under our sister company, Golden Bear Ceramics. So you might be able to go build it in Lincoln or some other place, a small plant. That was an option that we were looking at, and is still something that we look at. But we're bound by what we can do on a financial basis, and we're focusing our money right now on permitting the Idaho-Maryland project. So we essentially have Golden Bear on a hold pattern until we get the permits for this project. It's still part of it. We did cancel our worldwide license agreement with Ceramics LLC, which is the company we had it with, but we're still proceeding with the project and with the technology that we've developed. We believe that there's commercial technology available that we can use for this process, and several years from now, if Ceramics gets the patents for their equipment, then we'll go back and license it from them. But right now there's commercial equipment available that we can use. So
I think that clears some things up, because
Yeah.
as reported in the paper, you
yeah,
you separated your ways with the.
well,
people
what we
that-
said is it is our plan to separate our ways, and it hasn't occurred yet. We still plan to do that because we believe Golden Bear has global potential to treat mineral wastes. Around the world, we can use fly ash, mineral fines from aggregate quarries, fines like tailings from a mine to produce recycled stone and ceramic tiles. So the plants that could be built essentially anywhere in the world. So we would ultimately like to develop that and split the company off, have it independently financed to pursue those opportunities. But the goal is still, from MGOL's perspective, to have a ceramics plant built here as part of this project. So that hasn't gone away and never has.
Thanks, Dave.
I just have one more question for Joe. When this thing starts all over again, I'm assuming, are we gonna use the same consultant?
As of right now, it's what we're looking at.
We're looking at it.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's our intent to use the same consultant. Obviously, there's a significant amount of work they put into the process. They have
Yeah.
a number of specialists that we've retained, I mean, as a team. But I would never discount the fact that if we want to obtain another consultant, we have that right, so.